Hello there, this is Snow reporting back with the Maine video. Thank you again for voting on Instagram. Another hybrid of trips to one of my favorite places. Starting off strong with a ladies' night with Britt. She's so beautiful. I love visiting home. I hit the road and arrived at a magical campsite deep in the Maine woods with no cell service, just the way I like it. A delicious swimming spot was the cherry on top. I often plan camping and road trips around wild swimming. I use it for body movement and pain relief for nerve damage and inflammation. I've been cold plunging for many years, but after 2 brain injuries, it became a ritual and a vital part of my recovery process. This was before I got my van, heavily focused on gear at this time. I camped out on my old Honda CR-V that my best friend Matt and I took the seats out of. Summer is so nice for tent camping though, so I was stoked to use my Clam Quickset tent. The floor edition arrived just in time for this trip. Originally, I used my tent over picnic tables and my setup to rest from the sun and bugs. This floor edition turns the tent from pavilion to a very luxurious and spacious tent for sleeping. I had also recently purchased the Quickset wind and sun panels, and the panels turn the screen tent into a fully enclosed structure, so perfect for storms for sleepovers. I got my panels in the same color as my tent, a pretty neutral gray. I now have what I believe to be a fantastic multi-use shelter. I've tested it in heavy downpour, and it held up well. The best part is that it takes only 5 minutes for me to put up, and I can do it by myself. It opens like a flower and simply needs each side pulled open and the tent top popped upwards. Here is my tent with panels on and windows in each panel open. The curtain-like pieces are held up by ties and are very secure. A cross breeze in warmer months is just wonderful, and you can still see the stars from inside. I love it so much. Get this tent, I promise you will not regret it. I try to get everyone to buy this tent. At this point in the video, I had just gone swimming. My favorite thing after a cold swim is getting in cozy clothes and having a fire and a hot mug of blackberry sage tea.
Putting on me pants. And soft socks.
At this point, I was playing Mac DeMarco on repeat here. What a surprise. So some audio pauses were due. Everywhere I go, I've had animal encounters since I was a little girl, and I'll never get tired of it. Maybe if it's a grizzly one day, I will. I'm a big broth girl, so I had a little ramen for lunch, and then down to the water I went. Blackberry drink in hand. It's only right. I worked on lots of art jewelry at camp during this trip. I hand carve all these pieces and paint them with natural earth pigments. If you're curious and want to see more of my work, take a little visit to snowthepainter.com. I'd love to see you there. Waking up in my tent in the woods is as sweet as pie. I'm a big blanket and pillow fan, so I have a bit of an extravagant setup, even in the van. Let me know if you want to see a van tour soon. Every morning I wander to the water wherever I am, and I check out the scene. And yes, even in fall and winter too. Be careful, if you ever go into nature with me, I will put my Aphrodite love spell on you, and you'll be in love with cold water too before you know it. The spot was decently populated on this day, but thankfully the day before no one was there, so I was able to enjoy it. On this day we all came together to dive, flop around, explore, and act like salamanders with childlike joy. Never forget to chase your childlike joy. Clean, clear water is a part of that. Growing up in New York City, I rarely had that opportunity. Oh, if a little snow could see all the places we've swam and visited. As of February 2026, I visited 40 U.S. states, 78% of the United States, That would be just magnificent to my younger self, who spent most of her time on subways and staring at billboards and Times Square videos with images of mountains, wishing to be there. Now nature is my daily life, and I spend more time in the mountains than I do in the city. At the time of this video, I wasn't sober. I've been sober for a bit now, an intentional choice I made for my brain health. As a double brain injury survivor, I do everything I can to protect my brain. After the first injury, I was in denial of my new body and life, so I had to drink every now and then in social settings and at celebrations to feel normal. Big mistake, babe. Being on the other side of a second injury, I decided to maintain the choice to prioritize my brain. I barely drank to begin with and had no issue with alcohol, but my brain suffered, even if it was one drink. I'm about 5 months sober now, and so happy. The cool part is that the NA industry is huge. I can't wait to show you the forest potions and yummy NA brews I've been sipping on. If you're in any type of recovery or on a healing journey, I'm with you. You are not alone. Remember, most social media, and even this video, are highlight reels. That's exactly what my content is and always will be real. The good, the ugly, the fun, the raw truth of my life. Also, that was my BioLite lantern. It was in party mode. The next morning, I was on the road to one of my favorite rocky coasts in one of the coolest cities I've ever been to. First stop, oysters. And off to the beach. Glittery water, fairy water if you will. And in very snow fashion, I jumped right in the water and then spent some time reading and relaxing. I went on a nice little walk and got a yummy treat, which was a raspberry sorbet with dark chocolate. I'm a big fan of aphrodisiacs. I am such a sucker for old preserved Victorian homes. I had a nice lush shower and slipped into a vintage nightgown just in time for a Hunter rewatch. Check out the sound that this lamp makes too. If you're an anime fan, you'll understand. I trotted around the city and naturally went straight to the bookstore after grabbing a fun drink, which was a hibiscus tea iced with orange juice. It was really good. I had some lobster bisque for lunch and walked around some more. I went to a comic book store and really enjoyed looking at their collection and seeing all the art that was on display. Unfortunately, I had to mute this because they were playing some really groovy tunes, but back when I was making this footage, I was just enjoying my life and trying to record as much as I could and didn't think about the audio aspect. I've learned. Best matcha in the entire universe award goes to Matcha Mood, the taro matcha. I also had a roast beef sandwich and got some mocktails and a nice dinner spread. To top it off, I had to get some donuts. I got toasted coconut, maple bacon, and my favorite salted dark chocolate. They're Maine potato donuts. You have to try them. Thank you so much for joining me and watching my adventures. I'm sending lots of love and positive vibrations to you wherever you are in this universe. I'll see you soon. Love, Snow.